What's going on, guys? It's another day, and I just wanted to go over a few things. You know, the media was going crazy for a while when the Ukraine war was going on, and they were posting a whole bunch of stuff on Yahoo about it, and they were talking about when it was beginning, when it ended, everything in between, and now they're talking about these flying machines or balloons or I don't really know what to put in words to what it is because I've heard briefly about it. I haven't read anything about it yet, but I'm pretty sure I could find it on Yahoo if I look it up. But I haven't been looking up anything on Yahoo for quite a while. But I can really honestly say right now is that we shot down four of them, and we are not being lenient on people at all right now. There's a lot of stuff going on right now that could affect America right now, and we need to stop and think about the things that we're doing and what we're going to do before we do it. Because I'm not the type of person to get into politics, but this isn't politics. This is a matter of if we're going to go to war or not, and there's no telling where these are coming from. If they're saying it's coming from China, but are they coming from China? Are they coming from Russia? Are they coming from somewhere else? I mean, we don't know because they're shooting them down because there is more than one of them, and um, well, it wasn't because there's more than one of them. They're in places they're not supposed to be. Let's say you're flying very very low at Area 51, and you're pretty much in actual sight to where they can actually shoot the aircraft down, which they probably would because I mean you're not supposed to be in Area 51. You're not supposed to be so close to where you can see things, and if they see something that's a threat or they see something that's fishy, they'll shoot it down. And that's the same thing that's going on right now is it's fishy and they're shooting it down because this isn't right. They're looking into things they shouldn't be looking into, and I think at this point we need to take our precautions and we need to count our steps as we take them because there's a lot that can go wrong right now. We could be in jeopardy. Like, we could be okay, for example, COVID could have not actually been COVID. COVID could have been a cover up for a national tragedy that could have happened outside of the United States. You know what I'm saying? What if, like, the pandemic wasn't actually a pandemic, it was a war? So, if you look at it realistically from that perspective, what's going on here is, we need to pay attention to what's going to happen next. Because if another pandemic happens this time, I don't think it's going to be because of the sicknesses people are getting. I think it's actually going to be because of war. And that's what I thought it was about in the first place. I didn't think it was about the actual sickness. I thought it was about war. Because there's no other way for you to cover up, get people off the streets, and just get people to just stop everything they're doing, stop working, stop going to the stores without a mask, and uh, that could have been prime time for people to be walking around spying with masks on because everybody was walking around with masks. And I'm pretty sure through that pandemic, a lot of people were taking advantage of the pandemic. Even though they said don't go outside, and if you do go outside, wear a mask. But if you wear a mask, you don't look like you can't see. You can only see the eyes. You can't see the facial features. You can't tell who the person is. Like, you can see I have a beard. You can see that. But you can't really tell who I am once I take this mask off. And I go home and I, like, change my clothes and put a hat on, or I shave my hair. You're not gonna know who I was. Like, you're not gonna remember me because I had a mask on. If someone walked around with a mask 24/7 and always was known for wearing that mask, and they walked in without one, they wouldn't be recognized. Even if they had, like, their hair, like, messed up, and, like, let's say, like, I took my hair and I moved it all the way back and put my hoodie on. And after I had done this and put a mask on, do you think anybody's going to recognize me? I don't think so. Not that easily. If I wear the same exact thing, maybe. But my point is, like, a lot of people were sneaking around during the pandemic, I think, and were getting a little too close to us. And anybody can learn English. They could spend years in school learning English just for the moment in life to get that chance to go. But, like, going to America sometimes takes somebody having to do a little bit of work they don't want to do. And I'm not gonna, like, say, you know, anybody's bad by any means. I'm just saying there's too much going on right now. We might have technology, but here's the thing. If a person lived without that technology, how can you track them? You can't track them. Because if they don't have the technology we have, how are you going to ping their phone? How are you going to find out where they're at? If they don't have the GPS on, you can't ping them. If they don't have the phone on, well, I mean, if they have the phone off, I'm pretty sure you can still ping them. But if they don't have the phone on, it can't ping them like that. It can only ping, like, every, like, 10 seconds or something. And they can't trace calls. Maybe if they have a burner phone, maybe you can trace calls. What if they have a ham radio? What if they have a walkie-talkie? What if they have some sort of equipment that flies under the radar and they don't have to use that kind of stuff? Like, what if they're living in different places in that area and they're all using walkie-talkies, or like little earpieces that run down like a wire that runs down into your pants. You can just click it real fast and be like, yeah, I think I got it. You know, like, these people can get away with a lot of stuff, man. And all it takes is just for you to wear a hoodie, wear a hat, or, like, it could be disguised as a Bluetooth. Like, they could be using Bluetooth connected to some sort of radio, and they could be just radioing to another person 30 miles away, being like, yeah, I'm in the store, I see them. So, if there's a way to fly under the radar, they're going to fly under the radar. And the way they're trying to fly under the radar is what they've been doing with these, I guess I would say, aircrafts that they've been flying around here and trying to get intel on what we're doing. And if this goes any further, like, this is already under investigation, but if this goes any further, we're gonna have to stomp our foot down, and we're really gonna have to, like, make people understand that this is America, and you don't snoop on America. Even if you're allies, you don't snoop. Like, you just keep to yourself, and you call somebody when you need some help, or you want to know something, you call somebody. Like, hey, I have a question for you. And if you don't get that answer, You just hang up the phone. You don't just go snooping around trying to find out what's going on. This is not a movie. This is not a TV show. This is real life. And war could happen tomorrow. War could happen in an hour. They could shoot a nuke off overnight and kill us all. It can happen. And when I go to sleep at night, sometimes that does worry me. Because we have weapons of mass destruction. And so do they. And that could end a person's life in seconds. Not minutes, seconds. And no one really stops to think about that stuff too much. You know, like, maybe that could be why I have like this type of depression that I have, but I wouldn't say that it's eating me alive inside, but it's definitely not healthy to think about it too much. And if there's anything I should really say, I say, America, be ready, be supportive, stand your ground, don't fuck up shit. Because if you fuck up, I ain't falling down the shithole with y'all. I ain't taking nobody's side, but I ain't falling down the shithole, okay? If y'all gotta fuck it up before it gets bad. Don't fuck up when it gets bad. Make no mistakes. But if you do fuck up when the fuck up isn't bad. That's all I can say. Alright, I'm out of here.